Hello. I am back with the last two cards from this class, and I filmed this the next day, so if the lighting looks a little bit different, that's why. So yeah, I ran out of time to film it last night. So we're going to do two cards, very simple, just to sort of wind down. There have been simple cards, but exploring different techniques. Now, these two, this one was done like the other one we did last night. Well, which you did, I did last night, which you did earlier. So it was done with the same technique by spraying or watercolouring the paper. But what I'm going to explore is a different technique for you. Now it's up to you. Can you see how these look different? This one's a lot more sort of, I don't know, a bit blended. Excuse me. And these are done in two different ways. This one was done by spraying the card like we did last night, wetting the card and then stamping. This one was done by inking up the stamp and actually spraying the stamp and then stamping it down. So I thought we'd experiment with them, and you can do what you want to do. Okie doke. So we should have left, I think you should have two navy card bases left. Am I right? Yeah, we've done our two seaside sprays, so you should have two navy card bases, and that also means then you should have two seaside spray layers and your two watercolour layers. So I've still got my stamp on the Stamparatus, and what I am going to do, I don't know if I've cleaned it actually, but I did do it last night, so I'm just going to decide. Now, this one, doesn't matter where I stamp it because the sentiment's going to go above it, so I might want to fill like the whole page with it, but leave a bit of room for the other coloured flowers. Maybe I might just move it a little bit so I've got a bit more room for the flowers. Yeah, I think I will. When I say room for the flowers, I mean the Mango Melody flowers, and room for some leaf stamping. Yeah, that'll be. So I'm having a little bit hanging off the edge there. So I'm going to pop my magnets on. Now, if you like the look of the Stamparatus, Christmas is coming. So, you know, you could ask for it on your wish list from Stampin' Up, which I am doing. Right, what I'm going to do is ink up the big stamp again with the Seaside Spray ink. Okay. And then I'm going to take the Night of Navy and I'm going to daub it again. Now, what I'm going to do as well is I'm going to show you how to do this. I'll do it on this piece of scrap if you don't have a big block as well, because I've showed you a couple of times, but I've not actually done it. So if this stamp was on a book or something like I mentioned. Right, what I'm going to do now, oh man, I don't know where I've put it. I've moved my spritzer. Oh, it's there. Is I'm going to actually spray the stamp like this. So keep it. Oh, I've just done four spritzes. It looks fairly wet, so I'm going to do that and then stamp it down, and it's quite exciting. I don't know what's going to happen, and you can just experiment with this. It could be a disaster. It could look amazing. Oh, look at that. So I'm going to leave that to dry. Now what you can do is, that one probably didn't have as much, oh yes, water on it, but look at that. And that's going to now dry. So I do love the effect of it. I do love it, love it, love it. So I think I'd like to do another one like that. Yeah. Oh, I've just stuck my magnets together. I keep doing that. I think I'd like to do another one by spraying the stamp rather than spraying the paper, the watercolour paper. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to pretend, yeah, that this is not on a Stamparatus, that it's on either a big block that you're struggling with, or it's on a book or something. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to wipe this. This is a dry piece of white that I had left from last night. And I'm just going to wipe that so it's dry. And I'm going to ink it up again, and I'm going to do my other card. And I'm going to do it in the same way with the spritzer, because I like that. I like that look. But because it's a big stamp, I'm going to show you doing it this way for anyone who's got dexterity problems and small hands and holding it. But what I might do is not have as much of the image on, so I've got room to stamp a thank you. So I've stamped the seaside, and then I'm going to take the navy. Okay, and then I'm going to spritz again. Now, I don't think I spritzed all over it last time. I have there. And what I'm going to do this time is I'm going to pop this over the top like that, right? And I'm going to rub from the back. Now, this is a way of doing it. Let's hope it's worked. Rub all, I've got a lot of blue on my hands already. Just sort of feel your way around where the stamp is. And hopefully this will work. Oh, I need to go right to the top there. Should we see? Should we see? Oh, ta-da, look, it worked. So that's an alternative way of using background stamps when it's a big stamp and you're struggling with your dexterity. All right, so that looks very wet and very techniquey. Right. Oh, look, I've got a bit of blue there, but never mind. Never mind. Okay, right, and I've got some there as well. Oh, it looks like I've inked the edges. Okie doke, this you see doesn't look like it's gone as watercoloury here, like compared to these. I've probably not spritzed as much ink on it. So what you could do is, if that was troubling you, if that was bothering you, I'm just going to take my aqua brush, but it's, I need to wash it actually. It's got white ink on it, which is my fault. I'm going to take my other water brush, which hasn't got white ink on it, don't think. And if this is bothering you that it's not as watery, maybe you could just get a water brush, yeah, move it about a bit so it's a little bit more, yeah, get a bit of water on it. See, look up here, it's not the same effect, but that's fine. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, get my mat actually, is I'm going to stamp the I'm going to stamp the flowers in the Mango Melody. I like this technique, I like the spraying. So I'm going to stamp, because I've left quite a bit of room here for them. So I'm going to stamp one up there, like that. I'm going to stamp one down here, for a bit of colour down here. And a smaller one I'm going to try and sneak in here. like that. Now I really should put this under here, like that. And then I'm going to take my leaves, need to swap blocks. Now what I'm going to do with this one is a little different technique. I'm going to do a full strength green like this, and I'm going to stamp again and do a lighter one like that, yeah. And I'm going to do a full strength one here, and oops, I meant to do a lighter one up here like that, and I think I'll do a lighter one here like that. Okay, so I've done that, and then I need to do the centres of the flowers. Like that, and then don't forget the small ones inside the smaller flowers as well. And you know, we're nearly done here. We just need that to dry a little bit, so moving that to one side. Then I've got this one. Now can you see how different that looks to this effect? They do look very watercoloured flowers. They do look a bit just like blobs, I suppose, but we'll make them look more like flowers. I actually love the effect of it. You could do one where you spritz the stamp, and one where you just, I'm going to ink up with my mango, and I'm going to add some flowers in here. And what you could do is you could do a flower that's a little bit lighter. So for example, if you want to stamp a full strength flower there, you could stamp again and do a lighter one like that. Just showing you little different techniques. I'm going to stamp the green and add the leaves. Like so. There, they look more like flowers now, don't they, rather than blobs. Gone a bit mad with the leaves on this one. Just need to do the centres of the... just realised something. I've completely stamped over it all to put a greeting. Oh, this is why I'm a human being, because I've done it wrong. Right, so I've now got no room on this one, which I didn't intend to have room on that one for the greeting, but on this one I don't have any room either really for the greeting, unless I can fit the thank you up there. So let's have a look. Oh, well, don't you know, that could fit there. Yeah, it could fit actually. We could sneak it in between those leaves there. What do we think? Stamp over the flower. Yeah, don't do what I've done. Leave a little gap. I thought I did move it over quite a bit, but I've obviously not moved it over enough. So we shall have to. I'll have a drink of tea and decide what course of action I'm going to take for this card. I think I will stamp it over. Right, I'll leave it to dry anyway. So this one's not quite dry. Now this is going to stick to, and remember, it's like the other one, we need to chop a little bit off to even it out. So just to show you, if that goes on there like that, we need to chop a bit off the card, off both, to make it even. So I'm going to glue this on, even though it's still a little bit damp. Oh, this is the glue that's nearly run out. So make sure you've got an even border across the top and the left and the right, and obviously you've got too much room at the bottom there. Who's looking forward to Strictly tonight? I know I am. Massive Strictly fan. It was so lovely to have it back on last week. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to chop a little bit off here. Have I chopped enough off? I think that's okay. And then I'm going to look what it looks like on my card and just have a look how much I think I need to chop off the card. It's probably 2 or 3 millimeters, so I'm just going to do it in here. And I still need to take a little bit more off. And that looks about right, so that's okay. Glue that on and then add the greeting on. So Craig's at home today, so he's just crept past. I think he's rustling in the cupboards to find a biscuit or something. Okay, and that's going to glue on there like that. And this is the one where I want to add my thinking of you. So you can pop it, it's up to you. If there's a bit that you're not happy with and you want to pop that over it to disguise anything, then you can do that. I think I've trimmed this. No, I haven't. It is that one. It looks narrower. I think I've trimmed a bit off this by the looks of it. Anyway, I could do that. So I'm going to do the thinking of you in the middle, and there is quite a lot of room. If you get this wrong, you've got the emergency side to use. So what I might do, I might trim that down a bit, you know. See how it goes. Could be a disaster. I've just trimmed like that. Oh no. I've got ink all over it. Fiona will be laughing at me. So what we're going to do is we're going to use that emergency side, but let's cut the bottom bit off first. Oh man, I make the mistakes, so you don't have to. So what I've done, I'll show you what I've done. You don't have to do this. I've trimmed it down so it's a bit narrower and doesn't cover as much up, but I need to turn it over now. Don't do it like I did. I always do a little faux pas because I'm human. I keep saying this, I'm human. There we go. So what I'm going to do is pop that. See, I like this blobby one. So I might pop it up there actually. Do we think that looks okay up there? Because I like this one. Then I'm covering up that nice yellow one. Oh well, never mind. I shouldn't, you don't overthink it. I tell people, don't overthink it, just chuck it on. Don't overthink it, Julie. You know, I suppose if you send this card to someone and you're thinking of them, they've obviously, if you're thinking of someone, it's likely that they've not been having the best of time lately, so I don't think they're going to be bothered. Oh, she's not quite put that in the right position. So I'm going to pop that there because I really like that flower, you see. So that's card 4 done. And then here is the one which I did the rubbing thing from the back, yeah? And I'm going to stamp this direct onto the card. I could do happy birthday. I could do get well soon, but I think I'm going to do thank you. I'm just going to practice on here. So I'm going to sneak it in there. You might see my hair and my head in a minute because I'm just trying to make sure I'm looking over. There we go. Oh, I like that. I like it going over the blue, actually. There we go. Happy accident, that's known as. So now we'll glue this down. And of course, we need to still trim. Now, if you want to, you can actually have an even narrower border like I have on here, but it means then you have to start trimming other bits down. So it's just because to get the most out of the watercolour paper, I had to cut the pieces in to 2. But I wanted your layers to be the same to make it the class easier when telling you which bit was for which. So I've stuck that there, and then I'm going to trim some off again. Yep, that looks okay. I'm going to grab my Night of Navy card base and stick that on there. So again, you're going to have a little gap at the bottom. You're going to have more room than you need. So, chop some off at the bottom. That looks okay for now. I'm happy with that. Right then. So these were the last 2 that I did on that today's class, on this section of the video. Please do share your makes online, and let's go through the cards that we've done today. So we've done that, those 2, and then we had our split cards, didn't we? And they are here. Remember, I did one of them the other way. So I've got a little bit of everything today. I've got a get well soon, a happy birthday, a thinking of you, or 2 thinking of yous, and a thank you. So I want to end by thanking you for joining my class today and for supporting the Paper Haven and for watching. If you were just crafting along with us on YouTube, that's fine. If you are interested in purchasing the products that you need for this, then there's links on the description. And there's a link on this video as well. And there's links to the other classes and my online store on this video. So I will see you soon, and thank you very, very much. Thank you. Bye.